the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Coming up on the news at noon, left in shock. That's how neighbors are feeling after a deadly shooting near Falls Church. We'll have what investigators are saying. And later, stretching your dollar, you may experience delays during your summer travel. We'll explain how you can make sure that it won't cost you where it counts the most.
And yesterday, those conditions were quite different depending on your location. Some saw a lot of rain, others stayed totally dry. Are we expecting more sunshine to break out across the entire area today? We'll have your full forecast in just a bit.
Thank you, Damon. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at noon. I'm Mark Hall. We start with developing news out of Virginia. 2 people are dead and 2 more hurt after violence broke out at a Fairfax County apartment complex. It happened just after 4 o'clock yesterday, and neighbors say it left them in shock. Our Lex Juarez is in the newsroom with the latest.
Yeah, that's right. That person, police would not confirm whether or not they were a suspect in the shooting and the stabbing. But while they were being questioned by police, neighbors were trying to wrap their head around exactly what happened in their apartment complex or in their neighborhood. You know, the shooting and stabbing is something that had them floored, and they say kids were playing outside. Families were enjoying the holiday afternoon when everything turned chaotic. And then police rushed in to treat 4 people, 2 men who had been shot and 2 kids who were stabbed. The 2 men later died. Those stabbing victims are expected to be okay. Meanwhile, investigators have recovered a knife and a backpack with drugs from the scene. They say that they're not ruling out a drug deal gone wrong. They also say it was not random.
What we do know is that several of the people, all the people involved, met up here for a specific reason. We don't know what that reason is right now.
Well, police say that several people also ran away from the scene, but they can't confirm whether or not they were involved or just scared from the gunshots. While they did recover a knife from the scene, at this point they have not recovered a gun. Live in the newsroom, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you. Staying in Virginia, a 3rd man is dead after 4 people were shot in Woodbridge last week. The shooting happened at a home on Birchdale Lane. Prince William County police say the victims' ages range from 21 to 41 years old. The 4th victim is expected to survive. Police say the shooting does not appear to be random. Well, happening now, D.C. has a new music venue. The Atlantis has officially opened their doors today. The venue pays homage to the original 930 Club. It will host 44 shows for $44 in honor of the 44-year history of the club. Bad news is that all the tickets for those shows are now sold out. Mayor Muriel Bowser also appeared at the grand opening.
And I'm very happy today to proclaim today as the 930 Club Day in Washington, D.C.
And to kick off the first night, the Foo Fighters will be playing. And taking a live look out at the National Cathedral, where we had a little bit of cloudy start to the day, but the clouds gave way to some sunshine. We're expecting temperatures to be in the mid to upper 70s. Let's go over to meteorologist Damon Matson with a check on the forecast. And Damon, I'm still thinking it's Monday, but it's Tuesday, so how are things looking?
Yeah, hey, this Memorial Day weekend can throw everybody off, Mark. You're not the only one there. And yeah, some of the weather we had yesterday, too, could have thrown you off. A lot of gray skies. We had some rainfall, but things are looking up. Now, checking back in, though, on those rainfall totals, it was quite a story across the DMV yesterday. A lot of rain for some, mostly northern Virginia, over toward D.C. and southern Maryland. You see these pockets of green and some yellow right here. Those are rainfall totals over a ½ an inch, and in some cases, over 1 inch of rain fell yesterday. Much needed rainfall across the southern half of the DMV. But look to the north. Frederick, Hagerstown, Martinsburg, Cumberland, no rain whatsoever. The dividing line between the soggy and dry weather with this storm system yesterday was quite drastic. So yes, some of us dealt with a very soggy day, others not so much the case. Now today, everybody is on the drier side of things outside of some light sprinkles to the south earlier this morning. We don't have any additional rain chances popping up out there as we roll into the afternoon because that storm system to the south is retreating once again and also weakening while high pressure to our north starts to gain some strength and bring back a return of dry weather across the entire area. So as we go through the rest of the day today, we will continue to gradually clear out what's left of the cloud cover. There will still be some clouds in the sky before all is said and done, but we will enjoy more of that sunshine today. Those that see sunnier skies will warm up into the upper 70s and low 80s. Those to the south that stay cloudier, we're talking low 70s before the day is done. So is this the start of another long dry stretch, or is there some more rain in the forecast? We'll have a check on that coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Well, happening now, this broken 12-inch water main is forcing parts of D.C. to be under a boil water advisory. D.C. Water says the pipe has been repaired, but the advisory could last until Wednesday. Well, this advisory affects people in 3 northeast neighborhoods, Fort Lincoln, Woodbridge, and Langdon. Well, impacted customers should boil their water for at least 1 minute before drinking, cooking, or using it to brush their teeth. Now, if you froze your water before the advisory, dump it out. And if your water looks discolored, run it until it's clear and then boil it. Well, police are looking for suspects in a hit and run that killed a 20-year-old woman in Prince George's County. It happened in Capitol Heights, Maryland. Yamari Sase was on the scene. She has the latest.
You can see parked cars here damaged and several remaining car pieces on the ground. All of this from this traumatic accident that took the life of a 20-year-old woman. Now, neighbors tell me they heard several noises that sounded like a crash Sunday afternoon. And when they came outside, they saw a white car flipped over and a woman lying on the ground. They also say they saw 2 young boys running away from the scene. Now, take a look at this photo neighbors captured on a Ring camera. Police say the victim, 20-year-old Diani Leva Sabilyan, was either getting in or out of the car when the driver struck her. Now, although this is an ongoing investigation, police believe the vehicle was stolen. Now, so far this year, there have been more than 3,300 vehicle thefts in Prince George's County, and that's a 183% increase from last year. Neighbors tell me speeding is a big concern in this area, and they've been complaining for a while, but nothing has been done.
The speeding is really terrible. It's really terrible on the street. They need to put some speed bumps or something on the street. It's a very small street. It's really a one-way street, so you have to pull over and stuff. So, I mean, they really need to put some speed bumps on the street.
Now, if you have any information regarding this incident, you are encouraged to call Prince George's County Police Department, and you can remain anonymous. For now, reporting in Capitol Heights, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yamari, thank you. Meanwhile, in Virginia, Richmond city leaders say that someone is installing speed limit signs in a neighborhood known for speeding. One person says that someone has driven into his house before because they were going too fast. Some residents say the 25 miles per hour speed limit signs is their last resort to make the roads safer. However, city officials have removed the signs.
We have a speeding issue. We have children who are trying to cross to go play at the fields and in the playground. I feel like we're just waiting for a really sad thing to happen.
Well, city officials say they plan on providing more traffic safety improvements in that neighborhood in the very near future. D.C. police have arrested an 11-year-old in connection to an armed robbery and an assault with a deadly weapon. Officials say that those incidents happened last week in Northwest. On May 21st, police say that the boy flashed a gun and robbed the victim on Lamont Street. On May 24th, officials say the boy and another suspect approached a victim on bikes and pointed a gun at them on Irving Street. Then on May 26th, police say the boy robbed the victim by reaching into his pocket as if he had a gun. That happened on Luray Place. Well, in Prince George's County, police are working to figure out what led to 3 people being shot inside of an Upper Marlboro home. 16-year-old Cameron Jennifer died at the hospital shortly after the shooting. 2 adult victims are still in the hospital, and police say that all 3 people are related and are investigating this as a domestic incident. Still no word on the suspect. Well, we have an update this afternoon on a deadly stabbing in Prince George's County. A man is now facing charges after police said that he stabbed a man with a sword. It happened at an apartment building on Brooks Drive on Friday. When police arrived, they found the suspect in the lobby with the sword, and he was identified as Aaron Bynum. Bynum was taken into custody. The victim died at the scene. Bynum is facing murder charges. Stretching your dollar this afternoon, we're taking a closer look at extra fees that you may see added to your orders from apps like Uber Eats and DoorDash and Grubhub. Delivery apps typically charge multiple delivery and service fees. Uber says that most of its delivery fees goes to the driver, while the service fee goes to Uber. Now, despite the frustration of all the extra fees, apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats claim to be transparent by showing the fees several times throughout the ordering process. So how can you save money on deliveries? One option is to subscribe to a service like Dash Pass or Eats Pass, which waive or lower delivery and service fees. Now, take some time to compare prices across different delivery services before you order. Now, some restaurants offer free delivery. Plus, most apps have an option to invite friends to the app in exchange for a discount. And lastly, order directly from the restaurant. When restaurants use delivery apps, they may be setting menu prices higher to cover the cost of doing business on the platform. Well, yesterday, thousands traveled to and from the DMV to honor the men and women who lost their lives serving our country. People gathered for a Memorial Day ceremony at Mount Olivet Cemetery in Frederick. People we spoke with said that the ceremony is all about honoring the fallen. One woman says that she takes the day to remember her friends and family who fought for our country while sharing her family's military history with her children. One retired commander says that he let his granddaughter join in on the ceremony.
And Jake was my good friend, and Memorial Day is about family, and it's about friends, and it's about all the connections that we make in our life.
Part of our pillars, children and youth, and so if we can instill these values in the children and youth, it's just that much of an icing on the cake for us. So.
Well, families who lost a loved one showed their support by wearing a red poppy as a symbol of their support for veterans.